All right, I had another really interesting interview I did this morning with another fellow orthopedic surgeon who actually knew a guy. I went to Afghanistan with another surgeon that I took care of a lot of the wounded with, and he knew him from the same hospital. But anyway, he has kind of left orthopedics in general to start on bone health and health optimization. He's seen the power of nutrition, and believe it or not, he's using basically meat-based diets to, dramatically improve the health and the overall, vitality of his patients, which is something I've seen now for many, many years. Now, interesting, I made this sort of observation this morning that, we have a lot of people that are on vegan diets, and many of them don't feel very good. I mean, in fact, they often feel kind of crappy, particularly after a period of time. Once they get past the, I've gone vegan to, maybe remove all the processed garbage and I feel a little better, but then I start to feel like garbage, or I just kept eating vegan processed food and I feel like garbage. But there's studies out there that tell me I should feel good. So at least I can read studies that will tell me that I'm supposed to be healthy, right? And maybe you can take some solace in that. And on the other end of the spectrum, you have people on a carnivore diet that are literally actually feeling well. I mean, they're coming off medications, they're losing weight, they're feeling younger, their joints stop hurting, on and on. You guys know, you guys have many of you guys have experienced it. I'm sure you'll comment in the comment section to share that information for other people that may have not heard this before. But you're seeing sort of the opposite, is that people are feeling good, but yet they're told by the studies that they should feel awful because we have data on people that eat more meat and their health is not going to be as good, and so on and so forth. But the actual results don't match the expectation, right? And we see that. I mean, and most of this is coming from nutritional epidemiologic studies, where it's just basic population observations, and they try to draw conclusions, and those conclusions often are inaccurate. There's a great scientist by the name of John Anitis out of Stanford University, and he has clearly shown that epidemiologic studies, of various types, when tested rigorously in randomized controlled trials, almost always don't support that conclusion. So that is to say, you can draw this observation from a population and think what's going on. Maybe you think you can control for some of the confounders, how much they drink, how much they smoke, how rich they are, how poor they are, how their age, their sex, race, and all that different stuff. And yet there are so many residual confounders, things you don't even know you don't know, that mess it up. And so what I would say is, really, again, I've said this so many times, don't listen to me. Don't listen to, don't listen to me blindly. You need to verify it. If I'm telling you something that doesn't work for you, then don't do that. Conversely, if I'm saying something that makes sense and actually works for you, then share that information. And again, I think it's not by my results that what I'm saying is useful. It's by the results that other people get. Now, if I say something I think makes sense, and you get the results that are positive for that, then there's probably some validity to that. Despite what these awful studies may suggest one way or the other. And so we're seeing kind of a nonstop continued pushback. They want us to give up meat, and I've told you before, it's not to save the environment. It's not to protect you from your health. It is basically, and it's funny, they're going away from the health argument because they're realizing that it's not working, because people can verify themselves. I mean, they can verify in their own, they can look in the damn mirror and see that their health has gotten better. And so you can't pull the wool over their eyes for too much longer. So what they do now is they shift to the environment. Well, there's climate change, right? It's going to, if we eat beef, it's going to cause the oceans to boil, or some nonsense like that. And I can't verify that. How do I know? I'm not gonna. I don't have a thermometer in the middle of the Pacific Ocean that can tell me. And it's you have to rely on other people. You literally have to rely on other people's expertise to tell you if the climate is changing one way or the other, right? Whereas with your own health, you don't need anybody else. So again, that's why that message is shifting away from health and now to the environment. And again, in my view, and I think there's decent evidence to support that, is mostly about profit. These plant-based companies, they are about profit, returning investment for their shareholders, for the venture capitalists who have invested now many, many billions of dollars into this stuff, and they're seeing their returns start to crater, So anyway, Just some thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. What is your experience been? Has your experience matched what you were told? That is to say, are you getting more constipation? Are you getting more high blood pressure? Are you getting fatter? Are you getting more diabetes by eating meat? These are all things that have been said, and with some weak science to sort of support it. I disagree. Anyway, you guys have a great one. We'll talk to you soon.